Today we're going to cover my top 5 silent tactile switches. Let's begin by delving into something quite unique on our list today, the Wucha Studio silent tactile switches. They bring something a bit unconventional to the table, especially for those of you who can't stand mushy bottom outs. Now with most silent switches, there's typically a rubber dampener involved. It's situated right here on the bottom of the switch housing, softening that impact and keeping things on the quieter side. But the Wucha Studio silent tactiles tread a different path. As you can see, no dampeners in sight. Instead, their innovative approach to silencing involves the use of cutouts. It's a novel mechanism that not only sets them apart in terms of design, but also in terms of feel. These switches present a slightly stiffer typing experience. They're not as rigid as their non-silent counterparts, but when you stack them up against other silent switches, that difference in stiffness becomes quite palpable. Now in terms of its tactility, expect a medium tactile bump. It's not the sharpest tactility out there, but it's not super gentle either. It's got a 63.5 bottom out, so it's a medium heavy switch. At Milktooth, they are priced at approximately $365 for 10 switches. Here's a sound test. If you're looking for a silent tactile option on a budget, the Akko Penguins are my top pick. These are Akko's first foray into silent tactiles, and to me, they've knocked it out of the park. Now the Penguins, when compared to the Wucha Studio tactiles we talked about earlier, feature a delicate tactility. It's a medium light tactility featuring a bottom out force of 60 grams, that's lighter than around 60% of switches out there. Of course, being a budget pick, we have to mention the price. While these usually go for $422 per 10, we're able to offer them at $310 per 10, exclusively at Milktooth. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders over $49. So if any of the switches in this video interest you, make sure to click the links in the description. Now, the sound test for the Penguins. Next up, we're diving into the world of kazoo with the U4s, and the U4s take a bit of a departure from most of the switches we've talked about today. We're stepping into a realm of a more intense tactile experience here, almost akin to the satisfying flick of a light switch. Contrasting them with the switches we talked about earlier, the U4s don't let you forget their tactile nature. While the Penguins, for example, might gently fade into the background as you type away, the U4s make their presence known in every keystroke, ensuring that the tactile bump is always a part of your typing experience. And the texture of the U4s? It's smooth, but not in that slick, glossy way you might find in many factory lube switches. It's a matte smoothness, akin to the difference between a glossy and a matte finish on a car. It's a distinctive feel, and one that's become a personal favorite of mine. And these go for $650 per 10. Here's the sound test. Otomu has been a pretty underrated brand in the switch scene, but in my view, they shouldn't be. They're actually the manufacturers for these premium U4 switches we just talked about. And for my pick for the best light switch, I'm gonna go with these underrated limes. It offers a super gentle tactility, even gentler than the Penguins we talked about earlier. In fact, with its bottom out of just 45 grams, they're lighter than 98% of the switches out there. In terms of typing feel, it's pretty padded. It feels like bottoming out on a piece of felt or something, which I find satisfying. Particularly if you need to be typing for a long time, should it be for work or school, these are just such a great pick since they're both super light and super quiet. I could type on these all day. These go for $340 per 10. Now here's the sound test. Now for my best overall silent tactile. It's a hard pick, but I'm going with the TTC Silent Bluish Whites. Offering a subdued yet satisfying tactility with a 50 gram bottom out force, these switches strike a fantastic balance between lightness and tactile feedback. It makes for a typing experience that should keep my fingers happy even during those extended typing sessions. When it comes to sound, think of a gentle rain tapping against a window. It's a soft, almost therapeutic sound, the kind that just fades into the background without ever being intrusive. The reason I'm picking this switch as the best overall is because it's a silent switch that I can see any tactile lover enjoying. It's not super light like the limes, but it's not super heavy like the U4s either. It's not the cheapest on the list, but at $463 per 10, it isn't the most expensive either. TTC switches also just have this really premium and refined feel to them, so that's another point in the Silent Bluish White's favor. So if you're hunting for a tactile switch that offers a comfortable tactile typing experience and a sound that's as soothing as a light rainfall, these Silent Bluish Whites are worth checking out. Here's a sound test. Now, here are the back-to-back sound tests for all the switches we just talked about. If you want to learn more about Akko switches, such as the Penguins we talked about in this video, make sure to watch this video here. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.